In New York State, many fire companies operate on volunteer support alone, and while emergency call numbers have gone up, volunteers have decreased. WENY's Isabel Garcia joins us live from the studio with information about how New York is making efforts to recruit new members. Isabel?
New York has just over 1,600 registered fire departments. Strikingly, 89.9% are volunteer operated. The state is looking to increase participation and is offering encouragement to those considering the task.
Becoming a volunteer firefighter is no simple task. Hours of intense training and, of course, extra time away from everything else going on in life. But with departments desperately seeking additional hands, the challenge becomes a necessity, especially in rural communities.
The volunteer ranks have been dwindled since the late 80s, and we're with skeleton crews now. Everybody's hurting for manpower, so anybody that is capable and able to help out, they could really use the hands.
We estimated in 1980 that there were approximately 1,800 volunteer firefighters and EMS providers in Tompkins County. At last count, the number that we could consider active were less than 600, even though the number of calls, as I've mentioned, have doubled in 25 years' time.
The plummeting numbers have been a continuous trend for decades. Fire officials say one major deterrent is the 100 hours of training required.
Very difficult for a volunteer who's not compensated to be away from his family, be away from their work, and provide the service that we used to do in the past when there was a lot fewer calls and a lot more people.
To combat the need for more support, the New York State Firemen's Association, known as WENY, launched a statewide campaign in 2011 called Recruit New York to boost interest. Volunteer fire companies hold open houses to show people what opportunities there are and express why becoming a volunteer is such a good idea.
I've been a volunteer for 42 years now, and when I look at my list of lifelong friends, they're all firemen.
There's always something to do, especially at a fire scene. There's so much going on, either if you want to join as EMS, fire, there's interior, exterior. There's so many different things that you can do, so there's something for everybody to come out and do.
Seeing the look on people's faces after you help them out and save them lives, or just going to EMS calls that are basic and seeing them appreciating what we're doing for them, it just means a lot.
WENY is not the only group looking to help promote volunteer firefighters. State Senator Tom O'Mara is sponsoring a bill offering incentives for emergency volunteers. Legislation includes a $400 state income tax credit, waiving vehicle registration fees and taxes, and would establish a college loan forgiveness program. For those on the fence about volunteering, there's a message out there for you.
Step up. We need the people. We absolutely need the people. We can train you. If you've got the heart and you've got the ability, we will train you to be a firefighter. And if you don't want to be an interior firefighter, there are other things that your fire department could have you do to help out. So come on out and see what you can do.
Now, New York is not the only state looking to increase the number of volunteer firefighters. A Pennsylvania state senator says volunteer firefighters in PA have decreased by about 250,000 in the past 4 decades. And that senator is looking to form a strategy to boost those numbers as well. In the studio, Isabel Garcia, WENY News.